So my question is, when it comes to the people who are unicorns in these industries, in these companies, right? How do we actually make them to be less unicorny? We get more people with that mix of skill sets and stop treating this kind of stuff that we're talking about here as really novel and special and shiny and brand new.
I think Bioteam people have 8 different answers to that question, but also my take is my particular pet peeve really comes down to sort of education and training and discrimination against an aging workforce and things like that. And really what I come down to is unicorns are very, very expensive to hire, maintain, and treat. And unicorns are in heavy desire. They're being hired across industry. I'm a huge fan of solving the unicorn problem by investing in my existing workforce, additional training, existing certification, knowledge transfer. Bioteam has a huge, there are multiple success stories from taking young kids and training them up and having them turn into unicorns, but you can also take long-time employees, retrain them, reskill them, and again, you get unicorns out of it. So I think, for me, the answer to the unicorn problem is invest in the workforce and train up your internal people, because the unicorns are going to be, the unicorns can walk and go anywhere, and they're expensive. It's better, rather than buy or hire the next unicorn, you should be growing the unicorns in your organization.
Yeah, and just to quickly follow up, I think I totally agree. I think the actual problem is that, you know, a lot of the stuff we do has no formal training in the industry, right? HPC, there are no HPC certification programs out there, right? You just happen to learn it if you happen to learn, work in that environment. You know, same thing with you know, large-scale high-performance networking and you know, things like that. And so this integration pattern is really, really hard to find. We know because we try to hire them, right? And so you know, the other thing though is that I think the thing that the workforce does not identify, or at least the hiring process does not identify, is implicit talent. Right? Talent, the thing that you're born with, what can you do? Are you curious? Are you self-motivated? Do you want to expand your learning beyond the walls that have been put up around you? Those people are much easier to train in this than the people who aren't, right? And so that identification, I think, would come out by formal training as well. So.
I've seen practical implementations of this in several companies, and sometimes it's mandatory shadowing of someone in another department, so it's not left up to people. There is a policy that says 3 months out of a year, you are not doing your job. You're in another department, following someone, helping them to the degree that you can, and then you come back to your old job. That's just one example that I've seen that works.
Yeah, don't let your unicorns kind of stay in the high tower away from everyone. Yep. It's proximity. You know, so you take a bunch of ponies and put them in proximity with the unicorn. That equation equals more unicorns.
And I would lead on this a little bit as well, because as consultants, when we get hired, it is frequently because you have a process that requires this particular person. You know, this particular person is the only one who knew exactly the right triple of skills. Well, as a senior leader in an organization, look out for that. That's a flawed organization. Yep. You know, if you find yourself needing to hire only people who are very, very difficult to find, well, staff rotations, yes, and different ways of building tools too. You know, the whole like DevOps, Agile, Kanban, bring the entire team together horizontally, coupled with a strong practice of staff rotations. You know, I don't think we should have the cult of the single person who's brilliant, who's the only one who can do it.